Yeah. So today I want to talk about this new year, 2022, how it might be different from 2021 or even 2020. Because it seems like it's a new round. I called it round three because that's what I see. Uh, Round one was not for us. That was based on all the people within the system. It was based on school teachers, professors, doctors, nurses, all that. It was phase one was basically to get them to believe in the nonsense. And when they have succeeded that, they went to phase two, 2021, which was about us. Now it was us that needs to be implemented in this system. So the force of mask, the force of distancing, and all that, from last year, the lockdowns. So this year, it's round three. And guess who it's about now? Now it's about the kids, you know? It's very clear, at least in my country. Everything now is about the kids. All the talks, all the news is about the kids and how terrible it is and how wonderful it would be to have them back in school and all that. And they are already talking about implementations for the kids to come back to school. So the writing is on the wall. It's very clear that it there will soon be restrictions for your kids in school. And when they do so, you can't send your kids to school. And if you can't do that, then you're actually a bad parent, you know? So that is, of course, perfect, because you have in Denmark, we have to send our kids to school. It's law. Or we have to have a teacher at home. But of course, they can't come at home either because of the nonsense. So, yeah, here we are. Here we are. They are threatening now by not opening up the schools unless most of the kids are vaccinated. And yeah, I, for one, can't have that. They're trying to convince us that about half of the kids have already gotten the vaccine. And most of me don't believe the numbers, but actually, this number is not that incredible because what I'm seeing out there, what grown-ups are doing to their kids right now is terrible. It is. I don't have the words for what's going on out there now. The nonsense is now being pushed on the kids from their parents' side, not even the system. The system haven't come out with any claims yet, and yet people are talking about this. The parents are talking about this all over in the apps we have for the school or at workplaces, outside in the malls. When I just sit in the middle of the mall and have and listen to the conversations around me, it is on their lips, and they're talking about they have to get their kids vaccinated. And now that they have all been together in Christmas and all that, we need to do it as fast as possible so they can come back to school. And of course, it's about them coming back to their job. Basically, that's why they're doing it. They're not doing it for the kids. They're doing it for themselves. You know, and that is the terrible thing that's going on. So that's what I see in 2022. I see the same nonsense, the same round of restrictions, lockdowns, and all that, but this time it's going to hit the kids. As I said, first time it was about all the businesses, nurses, doctors, and professors and school teachers. Round two is for us, the normal population. And round three is about the kids. Yeah, this is the feeling I get. That was probably the words I were missing, Johnny Cool. But they are selfish bastards. It is so terrible what these people are ready to put their kids through in the name of normalcy. Even the commercials on the screen on YouTube, even now, it's filled with commercial in Danish about how we need to vaccinate our kids. And even in those commercials, they do not say it's for the safety of the kids. They say, do this for your kids so they can return to normalcy, so they can have a normal life. That's what they are pushing. Can you even imagine that you have to give them something that's potentially dangerous just so they can feel normal between all the other people and kids? That's that's just crazy. That is crazy people talking, you know? And selfish bastards don't even cover it. I'm sorry, you know? We are selling our kids' future in the order for them to feel normal. If we didn't do this in the first place, we just shut down the propaganda. I promise you that all the kids will forget this in 2 days. So forget the nonsense about the kids feeling normal. That's not a narrative at all. It's only about the parents pushing it on their kids because that's what the TV tells them to. So, yeah, sorry, I got a little emotion there. It's all good. I'm still in a good mood. Um, but yeah, that is the subject that I am on today. Why, oh, why are we doing this to our kids, our next generation? I can't help myself. I had a situation last week where I had to say something and it didn't end well. A mother was shouting at me in the supermarket. Luckily, I didn't bring my kids that day, but uh, I was basically I giggled when I walked past and I rolled my eyes at this woman because she has put a mask on her 7-year old. I know it's a 7-year old because it's from the same school of my son, and I basically just giggled a little, letting her know that I thought that was stupid, you know. And she went off on me, say, "Mind your own business." And I said, "I can't. I really can't because you're pushing this nonsense on your kid, and your kid's gonna push it in school, and the school is gonna push it on my kids because your kids believe what you're telling them, and of course I can't just roll over and die, you know." So I told this woman that I thought what she was doing to her kid was unacceptable and evil in a manner she can't even imagine. I didn't even tell her anything, facts or numbers or something like that. I didn't want to go there. I just basically told her that what you're doing right now is stupid because I work with mask every day, and it's not a good thing that your boy has a mask on. So yeah, don't buy into the fear mongering that is gonna come within the next, let's say, 3 weeks. I think 2 or 3 weeks, everything is gonna turn ugly again. Now we had a little playtime in Christmas and New Year, and they're gonna turn on the heat again before they let us go in May or June or whatever. So when it starts in like 3 weeks, don't buy into that. Because as I said in the beginning, in 2020, they threatened us. They did nothing. In 2021, they threatened us again. And yet, for those who didn't comply, nothing happened. And in this year, they're coming for the kids, you know, and they're gonna threaten you with your kids. And I know from personal experience that that could be a very hard thing to do. I actually, in a moment, you know, in late 2020, thought about giving in, you know, because of my kids. But you can't do that, you know, because you'll hand them your kids' future no matter what, you know. The only thing you can do is try to protect your kids as long as possible. Because it might feel like you're buying your kids some time by buying into this nonsense, but you don't. It's a matter of years, and it'll be even worse. It will be a bigger fight when we come to that point. So you might as well start the fight now and be comfortable fighting, you know, before it gets too bad. Because if you just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and say, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take this mental fight," when it's no longer an option to turn away, then it's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. Do it. Take it small step at a time because your confidence and what you need to take that fight is built up. And it's not something you can decide to have tomorrow. It's something you build up over time. Just like we talked to Floyd today. Floyd was starting to walk out in there among people without his cover on, and it's just beautiful. And if we all just did that a little more, you know, everybody just played a little part. I'm not saying you should go full out rebel and do whatever you want. Just do it a little time, little inchy bitchy step at a time. If you do that, I promise you, it will get so much better. Don't try to accomplish things that you're not ready for. Just do whatever you feel comfortable with and own that shit, because that is the the line that is not to be crossed. Because if you go out there and do stuff you're not owning, you will be hurt. They will squash you if they see that weakness in you. So only do it as much as you feel you have strength for, you know. And I promise you, just a little bit, a little thing will mean so much, because it will show other people that you are able to think for yourself. And once people see that, it will be contagious, and everybody will follow suit at some point. At some point, people are so tired that they only see the force, they only see the tyranny. If we can show them that there's another way, you know that's it. There's nothing more to it. Own that shit, and take into account that they haven't implemented any other fear tactics they have put out there so far. So, oh yeah, hey LB, good to see you. I'm on my closing remarks though, because I really want some sleep before tomorrow. But good to see you. I'm sorry I missed your live yesterday. I fell asleep. Shit happens. I will definitely be there for the next one. So yeah, that is it. Just like Wake on Fire just said, numbers make us stronger. It's not about how much you participate with, it's just that you are participating. That's it. You know, as long as you know what you put yourself above the nonsense and know what's going on, and let yourself go in the small pockets that you feel comfortable in, that's enough. It will spread like wings in water. And so yeah, that is uh, that is it for me today. Uh, Keep the nonsense at bay. I have nothing else to say. This is the Tribe of Revelation. Over and out.